Many disciples and crowds were following Jesus. Then suddenly, Jesus turned around and said, "If anyone comes to me and does not hate their family and even their own life, and whoever does not carry their cross and follow me cannot be my disciple." People were surprised when Jesus turned around all of a sudden and spoke those words. It's scary enough thinking about carrying one's own cross. And now Jesus was telling them that they must hate their own family and themselves in order to follow him. What did he mean by all this? After his odd statement, Jesus tells us two stories. The first one is about someone who builds a tower. Suppose that someone has to build a tower in order to protect a city or orchard. It should be high enough so that they can see the enemy coming from afar, right? A lot of planning must be done before building such a tall, important tower. One should think about how much money it would cost and how much time it would take. But what would happen if that person began to build the tower with nothing but just the desire to build it? What would happen if he laid the foundation but is not able to finish it? Everyone would ridicule him, saying that it would have been better if he hadn't started at all. The second story is about a king who's about to go to war against another king. He learns that he has 10,000 men, but the one coming against him has 20,000 men. Wouldn't he think about what he should do? He would think whether he could win with just 10,000 men. And if he thinks he can't, he would send a delegation and ask for terms of peace. After all, his country would be in great danger if he didn't think all this out in the fear of embarrassment or hardship. Jesus tells us that if we don't plan ahead when building a tower or preparing for a war, we could end up being ridiculed or destroyed. He's asking those who wish to follow him to prepare themselves for what's to come. It wasn't easy for Jesus to follow God's will, so he always prepared ahead and prayed. He told his disciples several times that they will face hardship and suffering. But the disciples didn't think much about it and just said, "Don't worry, Jesus, we'll always be with you." But they ended up running away from Jesus, just like the one who began to build a tower but was not able to finish it, and the king that went to war unprepared and lost the battle. So what must we do when we decide to follow Jesus? We should plan about what we must do. We must put aside the desires to do other things and to do our best to follow Jesus. And if we desire to follow Jesus, read the Bible, and pray to God, Jesus is sure to be with us and help us along the way.